Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Happy Thankful Thursday. I am so glad to be before you this afternoon. I am so excited to have part part two. I'm getting ready to say part four. Part two. This has been an afternoon. I tell you that traffic is absolutely something coming from Charleston. But part two of our back to school on tonight. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Dr. Sonia Wilson Bailey. I'm the founder and CEO of Whole Women in Progress, where I assist women to a greater place of wholeness by renewing their mind, rebuilding their bodies, restoring their souls, and rejuvenating their spirit. And how do I do that? The only way I know, through the word of God. And we have been doing a back to school series. And the reason why I have designated this back to school series as I've been a part of rolling the wheels around the state of South Carolina since I've been 16 years old. I think I got my license when I was 15, but I couldn't start driving until I school bus till I was 18. So I drove my last 4 years of high school from 9th through 12th grade, and I have been rolling the wheels since. I worked for DD2 32 years, and I've been in Charleston County, I want to say, for almost 20 years. But I have another educator that's in the building with me tonight that have served in another county for I know over 30 years, I do believe, or she's right up on the back door, on the front door of it. And I am so excited. This lady is extremely busy. I am telling you, me and her have been trying to get together for her to come on the show for quite some time. I am absolutely elated to have her in the room with us tonight. She came even in the midst of grief. She's lost her mother in law. So for her to still come and educate all of us tonight, I am absolutely grateful. She was on a TV segment last night. And when I tell you she's got some boots on the ground in Cross, South Carolina, this lady is doing some things. I went to several, I want to say at least one or two of her events. I can't make them all because I'm telling you, she is doing some things. But I am so elated and excited to have her in the room with us tonight. None other than Miss Prelo. Let me tell you, this lady is doing some things in the region. And if you have never met her, you have to meet her. So I'm excited to start this candid conversation with her tonight. Me and her both work for some counties here in the region. So we gonna have a very candid conversation tonight because I know school is back in session and we have some hot topics that we need to talk about to just educate not only ourselves, because we are not only employed by the districts, but we have children that have come through the districts, and we are trying to aid and assist other parents that may be just coming in or going through, and statewide, because there's some things that definitely need to be done differently. So just let me grab her from the green room. From the green room. Let me get her from the green room and bring her front and center so she can have this kind of conversation with us tonight. Well, hello, gorgeous.
Hello, how you doing, Doctor?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
I am blessed. I thank God for being here. I thank God for you inviting me onto your platform. What a blessing.
Yes, ma'am. I thank you for your yes. I thank you for coming in. And I thank you for coming even in the midst of the loss of your mother in law.
Yes,
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being a woman of your word.
yes,
I
ma'am. Thank you.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Yes, ma'am. I would always have to honor my word. And yes, ma'am. Even in the midst of grief, my family
I
died.
will.
I pray a little strong, so we will get through this with God's grace, God's mercy, and we thank you once again for all the prayers, the love, and the support you've given us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You welcome. Tell us a little bit more about your nonprofit and a little bit more about yourself and the exact number of years that you have worked at Cross High School.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Teresa Prelo. I have been employed with Berkeley County School District for this is my 30th year. I worked 2 years at Head Start in Charleston County as a lead teacher. I am a divorced mother of four beautiful children. Two of them are special needs. I have Zoe, who is 21, and Tyreek, who is 21, or who's 20, will be 21. So this is his last year at Berkeley High School as a senior.
Oh, so you got a senior too?
Yes, ma'am. He's
Oh
senior.
wow. Oh
Man,
wow.
exiting out this
I
this
think I'm more
February. I'm
excited than
graduating
him.
in June. Yes, ma'am.
I think I'm more excited than him.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My baby is gonna be off. Yes, ma'am.
So you have a is it a son or a daughter?
Tariq is my son. Yes,
Your
ma'am.
son, your son. Okay, all
Yes,
right. That you had to walk for.
yes, ma'am. I
Okay,
had
all
special needs
righty.
and autism walk and parade for him. I do it every year. This is my third year doing it, and it's always an awesome event.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing that. And when
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
have that every year, Miss Prelo?
Yes, ma'am. We have it as a kickoff to Autism Awareness Month in April. So
Y'all
the
do it
first
in
Saturday in April. Yes, ma'am.
the first
Here we
Saturday in April. Okay,
Yes,
all
ma'am.
righty.
And we invite everyone in the special needs community to come out to join us. It initially started as a birthday for Tyreek when he turned 18, and just to celebrate him and children like him who are on the far side of the spectrum, on the more severe or moderate side of the spectrum, to actually
Uh-huh.
for everyone to come and show them love and
Yes, ma'am.
to appreciate them. Tyreek is 20, but he's nonverbal. Um, and he's just a beautiful, awesome young man. He's growing. He's gone through his ups and downs, but through it
Mhm.
all, he's blessed. He's a blessing to his teachers and to us as a family. So he's
Amen.
great. Yes, ma'am.
They are very gifted and talented. They're very, very,
Yes,
very intelligent.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Well, tell Mr.
I tell
Tyree.
anyone Tyreek is a genius. He is a
Yes, he
genius.
is. I say the
Yes,
same thing about
ma'am.
Joseph.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. We got geniuses. God blessed us real good.
Yes, ma'am. All the time.
Yes. Okay, let's start with our questions tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
If you had to, what grade do you teach at Cross High School?
Yes, ma'am. I'm a sixth grade math teacher at Cross High School. I also teach a course of social studies as well.
Okay, social studies and math. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, if you had to, and you said this is your 30th year.
Yes, ma'am. This is my 30th year in the district, and I taught 2 years at Head Start.
Okay, wow.
Yes, ma'am. Lead
Ooh,
teacher for 2 years, downtown Charleston. At the time, Ebenezer Zion AME Church was, well, yes, Ebenezer AME Church was a Head
a
Start at the
Head
time.
Start program. Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
yes.
Yes,
Ah,
ma'am.
wow. I got to ask you about that later because I had a friend that used to work there as well, but she's deceased.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay. Ooh, mercy, mercy, mercy. 32 years. Um, the kids that you teach now are regular ed students or are they special needs students or do you have a combine of both?
I teach regular students, but some of them have IEPs.
Okay,
Yes,
some of them do. Okay. How when you have children that come into your room that has an IEP, how do you manage your classroom when you have them when they come in?
yes, ma'am. My classroom is very welcoming and very loving to everyone.
Uh-huh.
They actually get involved and they feel appreciated and supported by everyone that's in there. And so we have a small school, so we have a small staff and small classroom sizes. So therefore, it gives us the opportunity to do so much more with those students.
Uh-huh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, and I think go ahead, I'm sorry. It's
No,
it's lagging a little bit. So, do you feel like they have um do you feel like they because of the smaller environments, they have more opportunity to interact and more opportunity to kind of navigate through whatever the lesson that you're doing. They can kind of interact with their peers more and be able to kind of comprehend and grasp what they're doing together in a group setting better.
yes, ma'am, they do. And we're so small. to whereas it's easier for us to work with them more one-on-one. Sometimes we have related
Uh-huh.
support staff actually come in and also work with the students, but our students are phenomenal, and our students, they get along really well. They support and love on each other, and it's a great experience.
Wow. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So, what is some of the things that you've experienced since school started? I know we haven't been in, but maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Have there
Yes.
been any concerns with your students since school have started?
No, ma'am. As a matter of fact, this is our second year for transitioning sixth grade over to the high school. So Cross High School has always been a 7th to 12th grade school. This
Uh
is our
huh.
second year in incorporating or integrating sixth graders into our program. So
Okay.
the first year it was kind of hard for an adjustment for them to realize it was sixth graders, but I'm at this high school.
Uh
Um,
huh.
but now they're adjusting really well to the Bell schedule. Initially, it's the first shock, for I guess all students when they come to a new school, and especially when some of our students are 2.5 feet tall, 3 feet tall, but
Uh huh.
you're walking in the same hall with 6 feet, 6 feet tall students. But they are navigating the process well. Plus, it's a small school, so at a small school, we really have mainly three halls. So they just definitely love it. They love that they're able to interact in sports and sometimes with related art subjects. Sometimes, they cross paths. We have a band program that our sixth graders actually partake in. Um, we also have an agriculture class that they can integrate with. Some of our middle schoolers, they're taking Spanish this year, which is new. So it's great.
Uh-huh.
We're having a ball this year.
Wow, that's awesome. And being able to allow them, and what I like too is they getting them where they can mainstream, and they have to allow them to participate in extracurriculum activity. So that
Yes,
means they have to be able to do like band. They just can't stick them in a classroom anymore and
yes,
not mainstream them out. That's one of
yes,
the things that I see that they've done with the children that has an IEP, which I think is vitally important, because at the end of the day, you want them to be able to be mainstream out where they're not confined to just, in one setting all day, outside of their lunch period. So I
yes,
think that's vitally important, and that helps them to be able to make friends and be able to be out in the community, out in the general population with the other students, to be able to build, well, not general population, but be able to make friends with the other students and not just be confined in one classroom. So I
yes,
think that's definitely important for them to grow and develop as well, and be able to participate in band, or PE, or art, or some of the other things that they may have for them to partake and be a part of. So I
yes,
think, and they're very gifted and talented, so they need to be able to explore those other things that they want to participate and be a part of.
yes, ma'am. And that's one blessing of a small school that they are able um, to actually go to those classes together. They go to lunch together. So it's
Hmm.
not never really in isolation to whereas we
Uh-huh.
are interacting with those kids and just to see them, they always light up. They love on us and we love on them and the other students love on them as well. So it's a
Uh-huh.
beautiful thing when you're at a small school to whereas it's like a big family. So therefore,
Yes.
it's awesome. And it's been a blessing. And that's one of the reasons why I stayed here and have been there for so long.
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I really believe that some of the schools, uh they may not have all of the resources,
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes in the rural areas, and then sometimes in the bigger settings, sometimes they still may not have the accommodations. And sometimes if it's in a bigger setting,
Yes, ma'am.
sometimes it's overwhelming for the students, and sometimes you don't always find the staff that has the wherewithal to
Yes, ma'am.
really deal with the student, to really see, get to know them, get to spend time with them, and really get to understand the child and maybe what maybe their strengths and their weaknesses. Get to
Yes,
know them beyond the IEP. And I think sometimes because of that, the student may not always get everything that's needed.
yes, ma'am. And one big blessing of being in a small school like Cross, our SPED
Hmm.
team is amazing. Our SPED team is amazing.
Hmm.
So just to have that support, those extra added
Hmm.
resources, there's nothing that we can't go to them, any idea, suggestion, or assistance with anything that they're
Hmm.
not willing to help us to do. With,
Uh-huh.
say, for example, with Tariq's Day, as well as I did an event, whereas I got a grant from South Carolina Arts Commission, where I was
Hmm.
able to incorporate some art programs into
Uh-huh.
an event that I had. And I actually collaborated with not only the teachers at Cross High School, but also the
Uh-huh.
teachers at Berkeley High School as well. So make sure that
Uh-huh.
we were doing what we need to do in order to actually get that support from them and making sure that we're meeting whatever needs that they may have.
Uh-huh.
That's been a great experience.
Well, that's vitally important because I think the experience that they have, it really shapes how they grow and how they be able to develop beyond high school. You
Yes,
know, and having the right people in place to help the parent navigate and have the parent be able to make sure that they're getting all of the resources to be able to navigate for them beyond high school.
yes,
Um, how important do you feel like the parent participation and engagement and involvement is involved from a educator standpoint?
yes. Now we have very involved parents, very
Hmm.
involved parents. As a matter of fact, recently I had an after-school program, and there
Hmm.
was only one available in the area. And
Hmm.
one parent, she was so grateful that her child was able to actually come and
Hmm.
actually integrate or interact rather with other students.
Hmm.
And they had a ball. They had a ball. And as a matter of fact, even had one parent that drive as far as St. Stephen to actually come to
Wow.
support our program because there was nothing else available in the nearby area, and she thought that would have been a good fit for her child. So
Hmm.
it's great. And as a matter of fact, I've written more grants in order to do and expound on that to whereas we can offer those services to more
Uh-huh.
individuals that would need it
Uh-huh.
or that can benefit from it as well.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome that you're doing that to help provide. When you do the events after school, is transportation still provided, or do the parents still have to be able to provide their own transportation?
Well, one great thing about Cross, we have an awesome transportation system. So the
Uh-huh.
actual community center that we worked with, which was Cross Community Center, it's literally 2 or 3 miles from the school.
Uh-huh.
So even some of
Uh-huh.
our students, elementary school as well as high school, but our transportation system is awesome. To whereas we can offer those services to more individuals
I need you to
so
repeat it.
we have no problems
It's
with the
kind of
parents actually
lagging,
getting
going
that
in and
working
out.
through. Yes, ma'am. I said our transportation system is awesome. To whereas the parents write a note to say that it's okay for their child to be dropped off at the facility, we will be there to greet them and work
Uh-huh.
with them until the parents get off sometime around 6 o'clock. So usually around 6:30, we're done for the day. But that's 2 hours
Okay.
extra. Child has an opportunity not only to learn leadership skills, but also to work on academic enrichment, to
Uh-huh.
work on group or different projects that we were working on,
Uh-huh.
planning for other events. So they were great as far as that's concerned. So no,
Wow.
transportation is not provided, but our bus system is awesome.
Okay.
And our
All
parents are
right.
awesome as well.
Okay. All righty. So when you do it, you get a lot of parent involvement, and the transportation is really good as well.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
that's awesome. And that's
Our
vital. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no problem. Our parents are great. Sometimes they'll bring them. Most of the time, they would stay with the kids all day, and they would help and assist us with everything that we needed to do and get accomplished. And we were definitely appreciative of our parents for taking their time out of their busy schedule to assist
Mm-hmm.
us with what we needed and to assist their child as well.
Uh-huh. Okay. And I think that involvement is very important because it's
Yes,
just like academics. It's just like they're playing football, they're playing basketball, they're running track. When they see that parent there and engaged and involved, it makes them want to, participate. It makes them want to do well. It makes
yes,
them want to, um, do their very best because they want to make the parent proud. So that's definitely important. If
yes.
it's anything that you see as an educator that may be lacking, that's something that the parents could do, or the community could do that would enhance or make things better, what would that be?
Okay. Well, one of the things that I know, especially like in the rural community, we have
Uh-huh.
a community center here. However,
Uh-huh.
a lot of places are not do not have those or offer them for free of charge. We were blessed to actually have a community center that worked with us,
Uh-huh.
that allowed us to use their facilities for free. And I think that
Uh-huh.
if you have more programs that are actually in place, people would actually take advantage of them. When you think about the rural communities, Berkeley Citizen, at one time they was doing different
Uh-huh.
endeavors with you, but they're not doing that as much anymore. They're mostly focused on the residential side, and it's just limited programs that we have here. So it takes our parents, our community, to stand up and be vocal to say, "Hey, we need this for our population. We need this for our students. We need to do
Mm-hmm.
more, and we want more and expect more."
Mm-hmm.
Part of the problems that we have now is like a lot of the budget cuts. A lot of people are lacking for funding. Everything that my organization do, we do it for free. So
Uh-huh.
I'm not paid or compensated. Everything I do is donation based. We have some awesome
Uh-huh.
cooks in our program. So our parents are awesome cooks. So I
Uh-huh.
mean, our desserts or even making like hot dogs
Uh-huh.
or French fries or nachos or whatever for the kids. They're willing to
Uh-huh.
donate their time as well as their money to make it to feed us all, so the kids can actually have a good meal. And it's great. It's
Uh-huh.
great.
So this is what I didn't hear. I didn't hear churches. Do you have churches that support you?
Yes, ma'am. I have one church in particular, and they have been awesome, which has been Progressive Church and Cross. Progressive Church and
Okay.
Cross have been, oh my goodness, they have been a blessing to me. Um,
Uh-huh.
the pastor there, Elder Little, AC Little, as well as First Lady Little, they open
Uh-huh.
up their heart, they open up their church to not only just to our community, but to also support our events with their presence as well as their money. So, I mean, that's been a
Let
great
me,
church.
I'm about to get. I am.
And they have been great. Nearly every event that I have, they have been there. Now we also have a couple of churches that may support us, a time or two, monetarily. But when they come, they bring the whole congregation, and they are there and they are supporting. And if I need them, I said, okay, I need a mic. They'll be there. If I said anything I need, they have been there. And I definitely love Elder Little, First Lady Little, in that whole progressive church family. I consider them to be my family, even though I don't even attend their church.
Is that the church on 176?
No, ma'am, that one is in Cross, just right down the
Okay,
street
it's
from the
further
fire
down than
department.
Claus. Okay, because
Yes,
I
ma'am.
know a progressive on 176, but that's not the one you're talking about.
No, ma'am. This is the one
Okay.
right after you pass the fire department before you get to the post office. Yes, ma'am. It's
Okay.
on the left hand side. So they are
Okay.
great. I'm not even a member of their church, but they consider me family. They
Honey, you
drive
what?
down
See
the
now,
street.
see now. You done went on down the
They
hill.
love me. They love me, and I love them. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So
You
it's a
done went on.
blessing.
You done went on the hillside. I wasn't going on. I wasn't
Yeah.
gonna go on that hillside now.
They're great. They're great. They're great. Yes, ma'am. I love them. I love I
Yeah.
love Progressive Church. And like I said, we have a
Yes.
couple of other churches that will support us as well here and there.
Uh
But for
huh.
every event, every program, I mean, I could call him right now and I could say, the little, could you please help me? Anything for you, Sister
Uh
Pralo. And you got to love that.
Uh-huh.
There's never any second guessing. There's never a
Uh-huh.
pause or a delay. And I love
Uh-huh.
that about that church and that church family.
And that's what kingdom is.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
what kingdom is. Because
Yes,
see,
ma'am.
it's not going to be no roles, no rosters, no
Yes, ma'am.
membership in heaven. It's none
Yes.
of that. But
Yes, ma'am.
see, let me stop.
Yes,
I ain't gonna mess with. I'm not
yes,
gonna mess with
ma'am.
that
Yes,
today.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I'm
I
not gonna
love
mess with
that
that
church.
tonight
Look,
on this.
that church is top tier, and I'm not even a member of that church. That church is top tier.
Oh
They
mercy.
open up their heart to my kids, to my family, to
Yes, ma'am.
special need
Oh,
population.
I understand. You logging in.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I tell them that all the time. Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Well,
ma'am.
honey, all I can tell you is God knows.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
knows.
Yes, ma'am.
He knows.
And he sent those angels right in my life when I needed them the most.
Yes.
So yes, ma'am.
And to know that our works matter. It's
Yes,
not about the works getting us in because we already know what the scripture says about that.
yes,
But
ma'am.
it does us no good to be no service to the community.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
does us no good. And I know that you need manpower. So
Yes,
that's why collaboration is important.
yes, ma'am.
Collaboration and community is important. But at the
Yes,
end
ma'am.
of the day, it's about serving the people of God. And you're not even a member, but they show up.
They
They
show up.
show up and they help you do the mission that God has gave you. You're
Yes,
not on a salary, you're not paid. But
yes,
at
ma'am.
the end of the day, it's about the children and us being a voice for the children. And
Yes,
tonight is just not about our neurodiverse community, it's about all children. So,
yes,
as what I'm hearing you say is parents need to show up, the parents are involved. You know, it's about the teacher, it's about all of us playing whatever role that we're in, the bus driver, the
yes,
parent, the support staff, the principal, you know, the community as a whole, because all of us are shaping the leaders of tomorrow. And those
yes,
children that are sitting on my bus and that are sitting in your classroom are the leaders of tomorrow.
yes,
So
ma'am.
it's important that, you know, we do what we can to make sure that they are heard and that their needs are met.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
if it was a need that you see that the children have, that would probably that you would see that you see that's a greater the greatest need that probably needs some more attention, what would that be?
Resources. Resources. I've been trying, one of my missions when I've been working with Dr. Ray Brown was
Uh-huh.
to actually have those kind of programs in here. So whereas, say for example with Tariq,
Uh-huh.
he hasn't really had any external ABA therapy, even though it was needed. It was definitely documented in the world needed that. He needed that. He needed that specialized care. He needed those services. However, since we live so far out of the rural community, we had no one. No one after he turned 3. It was spotty to little to none. Okay. So one of the efforts that we were doing was to try to actually have a hub at using the community center. So whereas you can have those therapists, those licensed professionals, they'll be right there at the community center and take advantage of it. And that way parents wouldn't have to go to Tulsa because they wanted me to go to Mount Pleasant to take Tyreek for ABA services for an hour. It takes you longer than an hour to get to Mount Pleasant, especially with that traffic.
And you know what, we need to advocate for that all the way to the state house. And you know
Yes,
why I say that
yes,
is
ma'am.
because by time I had to go back and forth almost 10 years
Yes, ma'am.
before Joseph got Medicaid.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
now they're wanting us to to go through whatever every year to keep it.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
what you're saying is absolutely correct. And because they're not paying these therapists but so much, these agencies won't even pick up a client in the rural area because they're not paying them but so much a mile for their gas.
Yes,
So you're right, the hub would be the ideal place, which would be a community center which would
Mm-hmm.
be a central location, and
Mm-hmm.
then you get your mileage going to the community center.
Yes, ma'am.
The therapists get their mileage going there.
Yes.
But we're gonna talk about that offline because that's a whole
Yes,
nother
ma'am.
situation
Yes,
that could
ma'am.
be, you know what I'm saying? But
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
end of the day, that needs to be addressed because then children don't get their services that they desperately need.
Yes,
And it
ma'am.
shouldn't be that my zip code detect or depend on whether I receive what I need or not for my child.
And that is so
No
true.
child, just because you live in Cross and somebody live in Mount Pleasant, it shouldn't matter, but it does,
It
and
does.
that should not be.
Another thing that would be also beneficial is Tyreek is on the far end of the spectrum. He's on the severe side. So
Uh-huh.
a lot of doctors, a lot of medical professionals, they kind of leaning back from that now to even work with them. So that has been even one of the newest fights that I've had. Tyreek is going to be 21 in February. However, he hasn't even been released to even an adult program for his autism follow up services and care, which is ridiculous, you know. And he's still being seen by his pediatric doctor. And Tyreek is almost 21, so they're like, wait a minute, we've been sending referrals to IOP for Tyreek to be transferred over to them because that's the track that my other two kids went. They went through from MUSC Developmental Peace. They went to the IOP. IOP has been declining Tyreek every step of the way for the last almost 3 years now. The referrals have been done, and I have not gotten any rationale as far as why. But they said that now there's such a freezing hold on everything that it's hard to even get these kids into any programs or to get these kids anything that's needed. The care and the licensed professionals are little to none. And that's sad that we are in this state now to whereas Tyreek still has to be seen by his pediatric doctor because no one in the adult facility would take on his case for IOP. And that was one of my questions that I had. Could a state-run facility, could they actually decline a child or a young adult services and care? To me,
That's
the
they
answer should
can
be no.
If they're getting state funding, they cannot.
Yes, and that has been a fight. That
They
has been a
cannot.
fight.
I will give you a contact number when we get off the line.
Oh yes, ma'am.
They can they
I've been fighting,
cannot.
and I will continue to fight for my son.
Yeah,
And
they
oh my,
cannot. If they're getting state or federal funding, they cannot refuse to provide services to him because
yes,
he should not be 21 years old and still seeing his pediatrician.
yes, and that's one of the fights, and I've been fighting. So yes, if you have
Yes,
contact
ma'am.
of an agency that I have not yet used or reached out to,
That
yes,
that's
ma'am,
a
I'll be more than welcome to take
how I
it
say
into.
how I say on the radio. That's a tenfold.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Over and
That's why
out.
we
Yes,
that's why we need each other, my sister.
that's what we need each other for. Because definitely you have been a great resource for me. You've been a blessing to me. I love this platform. I love everything that you're doing in the community. You are an awesome woman of God, and it's a blessing to call you my friend, someone who I love, someone who I adore,
Oh, don't
someone
you
who
make me
has supported
cry.
me, and someone who I will continue to support and love. We have to be
Don't you do that, Miss Brillo.
together.
Stop
And
it.
I'm so
Stop it.
glad that we have women and you're inviting women to share their story, to share their knowledge, to share their expertise, to help other women like me and other parents that are out there that's trying, like you said, to navigate this system because it's not easy. And I know you had to struggle and find and figure it out along the way. And that we, both of us, you and I, and other mothers who've been through different struggles and journeys, can actually help others to navigate through this process, then we've done our job. And that's why even with my initiatives were initially based on just kids. However, as my children started getting older and started,
Hmm.
their disabilities started becoming more profound than else, and I started realizing, wait a minute, we have the need for these other things, and we need to do these other things, not only to help all children, the other children, but also children like my children to do different things. And that has been a blessing to open up the door and to actually get the love, the support, and the recognition for some of the things that I'm doing. So for that, I thank you, and I thank everyone else who have supported me over the years.
Yes, ma'am. Tell us, how can we get in touch with you with all of the things that you're doing? How can somebody get in touch with you with
Yes,
all of the things
ma'am.
that you're doing and how you're impacting the community? Because I
Yes,
mean, you've received so many awards and so many different things because you haven't just started this. You've been out here a long time.
yes, ma'am.
I'm just getting my feet wet. I mean, I've been
Yes,
working, I've been servicing families,
yes,
and I've
ma'am.
been taking care of my son and now taking care of my dad. But
Yes,
God
ma'am.
is requiring more of me, and
Yes,
I'm tiptoeing because I know how I can be when I got, sometimes people take it as if I'm being, abrasive, but when I'm passionate about something, it comes
yes, yes,
off
yes,
in a different manner. And it's not that I'm angry or anything like that, but
yes,
I
ma'am.
know when people are supposed to do certain things. When they don't do it, I just don't. I'm just not that person that just gonna sit in the corner and say, "Oh, okay, you know."
No, no, ma'am. That's another
I'm just
fight.
not that
That's
girl.
another fight. That's another
Yeah,
fight.
yeah.
That's
I'm just
another
not
box
that
that I have
girl.
to check in my life. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I'm just
Well,
not that girl.
well, my organization is called Check Communities Helping to Encourage Changing Kids. Okay, we serve 8 rural communities through 9 initiatives, and our initiative impact everyone from not only just youth but their families as well as individuals with special needs as well as the elderly. So
Okay.
we do so much for everyone and for everything. So when you have 9 initiatives and some of them are ongoing initiatives every year, I constantly stay busy. As a matter of fact, I have another event that's supposed to be coming up in 3 weeks, and I just finished one event
Yesterday.
yesterday. Yesterday was my 29th annual Kids Day event, and I've been so busy back at work and doing everything that I haven't even posted a video yet or anything. But when I tell you it was an awesome event, we probably had maybe close to 500 people out there, and it was just
Yes, that's
great
amazing.
resources and the information and just the love that was there. We definitely make sure that our vendors and our participants, everything is free. So no one has to pay for anything when they come to my event. So, and they eat really good. So, and they walk away with not only just resources, but they also walk away with giveaways and tons of door prizes. And so we've been great to work with like my sister's house who gave us a lot of book bags, a couple hundred book bags. We worked with
Wow.
Be Compassion. They gave away everything from iPads, not iPads, but tablets. They gave away wireless keyboards, a lot of wireless headphones.
Wow.
They gave away everything from comforters to blankets to towels, everything to serve our community. So they've been a blessing to us.
That's
What I did
amazing.
this year, I did a fire safety initiative, and I asked all of my vendors to please bring either a smoke detector or a fire alarm or a fire extinguisher so we can give it away to families. We figured that we save one life, we doing what God wants us to do.
Yes.
Um, so it was a great event. Like I said, we had probably close to 80, 40, no, about 60 to 80 different agencies and companies that actually came up to set up.
Yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Oh,
ma'am. Every year,
man.
I average between 80 to 100 every year. And
Wow. I got to put that day in on my job. Let me
yes,
stop. I was
ma'am.
homesick yesterday. Oh God.
Well, I tell you, it was a great
Wow.
event. And you'll see, everything I do, God has been blessing it. And He's been allowing me to do more. So even though I have my kids, I have my own disability, I'm
Uh-huh.
still able to do so many great things.
God
So
bless you.
my 29th annual Kids Day was yesterday. But we also, I do a Thanksgiving meal giveaway. I do a cultural arts youth celebration. I do a Grandparents' Day celebration, and that's the one I have coming up in a couple of weeks. We give uh, gift bags and baskets to holiday baskets to the elderly. Um, oh goodness, we do a mental health symposium. So we have 9 different initiatives that target. I do Tyreek's Day, which is a day of love and acceptance for autism and special needs. I have my monthly Facebook group in which we come on. We invite experts throughout the state to come and share what resources different agencies have throughout the state. So we've had South Carolina Department of Education. We've had the ARC of South Carolina. We had Family Resource Center for the Disability. We had Disability Rights of South Carolina, and just so many others. We just invite them in every month so they can share their resources so people can take advantage of them, like in a platform like this. We have
Uh-huh.
everyone, they pose their questions, and they learn so much information. And every single one I've done has been a blessing, and people walk away with so much knowledge and so much strength and so much support that they need in order to continue and navigate this journey. So it's been a blessing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing. If it's one word that you could tell the parents and the kids that would motivate them to finish 2026, 27 school year strong, what would it be? What would that nugget be? That golden nugget.
Is persevere. Persevere. This
Persevere.
road, persevere. If you persevere, you have that ability to go ahead and continue to navigate this process because sometimes it gets hard. And I know, you have your husband there who I know is a great support, but most of us and some of us are single parents and that journey is hard. But we have to still navigate this process. We have to persevere and be strong for our kids. We have to be strong for our families. If you have other jobs or other avenues like I do, guess what? You got to continue to do that as well. So it's a lot of balls to kind of juggle. And I have not just one special needs child, I have two. So, and I'm also disabled, as I said. So with that, it's a lot. So I have my aches and pains, but guess what? Whatever I'm going through, I cannot let that affect me because as a single parent, I still have to take care of my kids. I have to make sure that I do their bathing, their grooming, and take care of whatever needs that they have. And I have no one there to help. So I thank God for blessing me, for keeping me. I encourage all parents, all families to continue to persevere. It's not easy. Sometimes we have our moments, but thank God I have people like you who I can say, and you'll give me those words of encouragement that I
And we
need.
and we can say
Yeah,
together.
we can all together. Yes, ma'am. So just to keep that tight circle,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
empowering women. I'm trying to empower families and youth as
Yes.
well. We're doing what God wants us to do, and we continue to doing a great job at it. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
telling you that I had to write that word down for myself because
Yes,
this
ma'am.
has
I
been
persevere.
a
Yes, ma'am.
persevere period, and we're
Yes,
not even a month in school yet.
yes,
But
ma'am.
I'm gonna take that word for me too.
Yes,
Thank
ma'am.
you so
You
much.
got
I thank you for your wisdom. I thank you for your love, and I
it. Yes,
thank you for your knowledge.
yes,
Um, just of how you just have poured out and been so richly sharing with me about all of the things that you've been doing and
yes,
how
ma'am.
we're going to continue to support and help each other.
Yes,
Amen.
ma'am. And
Because
that's what we do.
it's a lot of work that we got to get done.
It's a lot of work,
And
and thank God
we
we
are better together.
us all the time, better together. And yes, ma'am. And
Yes,
I
ma'am.
thank you, and I love you dearly, and I thank
Yes,
you for
ma'am.
this conversation.
And please put your website in the chat if you can. It should
Yes,
be a chat
ma'am.
bar down there. Put your
Yes,
website
ma'am.
down there,
I see
and
it,
that
and
and the way
I
that they can
will
get in
do it
contact with
now.
you.
Yes, my website is very easy to remember.
Yes, put it down. Put it in the chat. Yes, ma'am. And I think the chat will go on the website and online.
www.checkorgsc.com. Yes, ma'am. www.checkorgsc.com.
Okay. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am.
darling. I'm gonna take you backstage. I'll be back there in just a second.
Yes, ma'am. I
All
love
right.
you.
Thank you so
Everyone,
much for
continue to
joining this Candid
persevere.
Conversation show.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank
All
God.
right.
Thank God bless you.
God bless you too, sweetheart. Just a
Yes,
second.
ma'am.
All righty. Thank you guys for joining our amazing Candid Conversation, our August edition of Back to School. I am so grateful to have had Miss Praylo on with me tonight. She is an awesome woman of God. She is amazing jewel to cross South Carolina. to Cross High School. I am so grateful to have had her on. She has been absolutely instrumental in so many different things that she's doing in that region and also Berkeley County. I am so grateful to have had her on. We have been trying to get that done for a minute, and we got it finished and done tonight. Just continue to remember her family in prayer as they're going through bereavement. And I just want to thank you for joining us tonight on this very unique and candid conversation for the month of August. And I just wanted to thank you all of our viewers for joining. I'm looking forward for us to go into the month of September. August is almost over. We almost 2 weeks, almost a third week into school. I pray that you all, your children, everybody having an amazing 26-27 school year. Found out something new to this from her tonight that we both have seniors this year. So I just want to tell you all, just enjoy the school year. Do what you can for your children. Be as involved as you can. Know that your voice matter. You're the parent. Your voice matter. Be as involved as you can. Be as active as you can, and know that what you want to do matters. That is important, and that you can be as engaged, as involved in your child's education. I thank you all for coming on tonight to this amazing candid conversation. My name is Dr. Sonia Wilson Bailey. I'm the founder and CEO of Whole Women in Progress, where I assist women to building their bodies, restoring their soul, and rejuvenating their spirit. This was our segment this month for back to school. I had Miss Dandridge on the beginning of the month. My first advocate when I found out my son was diagnosed with autism, Miss Dandria Woodridge. And then I also she had over 30 years of experience. And then I also had over 30 years of experience from Miss Prelo on tonight. So we had some veterans in the room this month that have worked with kids all of their lives, women that I have relationship with, and myself, in the transportation industry, working with kids. And our kids are very important, and their lives matter. And we want to make sure that we are conduits of helping them succeed and be able to spread their wings and be as successful as possible. And we help them do that by how we educate them and how we empower them, whether they're neurodiverse or whether they're in regular ed. All of their voices matter and they are important. And it's important that we make sure that we set them up for success. So, on tonight, I thank you for joining this very amazing candid conversation. I am so grateful that I was able to get Miss Prelo in the room. And I'm just believing that all of the initiatives that she's doing in Cross, South Carolina, that will continue to grow, it will continue to flourish, and those lives in that region and abroad will continue to be touched. You guys have an amazing rest of this Thursday night. I'm trying to take us back to Tuesday. Lord help me. Thursday night, because Friday is Freedom Friday and I am ready for the weekend already. Love you guys. God bless you all, and y'all have a good night.